And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua.
Now, what that's going into is dealing with the prophets, right? Dealing with the prophets that was killed. Matter of fact, give me what is it? Acts. I think it's the 7th chapter. I want to say.
Yeah.
No, it was one. I think it's Acts 7th chapter. Or it might be 12. Yeah, I'm gonna just give you an example of how one of the prophets, how they got killed and beheaded. What is it? Acts the 12th chapter. I want to say it's Acts the 12th chapter or the 7th chapter.
Stephen was definitely 7. That was the one with John the Baptist. He brought his head on the platter.
Nah. Hold on for one second. Oh, wait. Let's see if I can find it right fast. It ain't gonna take me long. I think it's I know it's at the top of this thing. Yeah, 12. First verse. James.
God. It says Acts 12:1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread.
So you had our people pleased with that, man. They killed the men of the Lord, man. You see what I'm saying? So you had our people, which it was Judah, Benjamin, Levi at that time, was pleased that James was being killed by a heathen, man. Go back to Revelation. And then it's gonna happen again, man. Some brothers gonna get beheaded for this testimony. You know what I'm saying? But if that's your lot, you know, Yahweh Shai gonna put the spirit on you, man. You gonna be able to do it through that. Ain't gonna be nothing. No, go ahead.
Con. It says
you're gonna be right back in the chair. Matter of fact, we're gonna get that in Thessalonians.
Con.
All right.
And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image.
Now, James got killed back then. Now that's going into the future on this side. You know what I'm saying? Because that beast is going back into the modern day Roman Empire. We're dealing with wounds that was healed, and dealing with NATO and the EU, and America is part of NATO, and therefore you got the Roman Empire. Okay, go ahead.
God, it says neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands.
That dealing with that RFID chip, right?
And they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years.
Yeah, see, that's the first resurrection right there. That 1,000 years right there. Right? That's the first resurrection, you know. Go ahead.
But the rest of the dead,
the rest of the dead is talking about the other nations.
Live not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
Yeah, live not again till the 1,000 years were finished. So after that 1,000 years, these nations gonna get their land, so-called land back. But the earth was made for our sake. But they gonna have to still pay tribute to the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. But for those 1,000 years, they're gonna be in hardcore slavery first. Go ahead.
It says this is the first resurrection.
That's the first resurrection. So after that 1,000 years, when them heathens get their land back, like them Africans and East Indians and Ishmael and all them get their land back, they still gonna have to pay tribute to the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, because that our law will be pushed forth throughout the earth. You see, and the earth was made for our sake. It tell you that in Ezra. But after that 1,000 years, the so-called white man he ain't gonna exist no more. He gonna be wiped out.
God, blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection.
God, that's the first resurrection, man. Being delivered out of this, being delivered from all this chaos and being ruling in the kingdom for 1,000 years. That's the first resurrection. Go ahead.
On such the second death have no power.
Of such the second death. What was the first death? Water. The flood. Right? Water was the first death. Second death is thermonuclear destruction. Go ahead.
On such the second death have no power, but they shall be priests of the power and of Yahweh and of Yahweh Shai, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
Now it's jumping back to where when these devils, after we ruled and we were fell in 1453, that's when these devils came back into power. So now Revelation is jumping time period. That's why we always say, if you don't understand history, and you don't understand these scriptures in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, not on you to discern it, you're gonna lose, man. You're not gonna be able to break the scriptures down, man, because it jumped time period. So that's that on that. But go back to go to Obadiah and then get Thessalonians.
Obadiah 18.
Second chapter.
In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken.
So after they serve their judgment, their sentence, that 1,000 years, when that's over with, we're gonna wipe Esau out, man.
Oh, man.
Ain't gonna be no more Esau, man. He done, man. Ain't gonna be no more of the nation of Edom, man. They ain't gonna be gone.
You sure?
Gone. They ain't gonna be gone. According to GOCC, according to GOCC, one of the Edomites is gonna repent. They gonna be gone, man. They gonna be gone. Ain't no Edomite gonna get delivered out of this captivity, out of this thermonuclear destruction. They gonna die on this side, right? The peasants of Edomites, they gonna die on this side. The elites gonna escape, right? And the elites gonna go into captivity, and the rest of these Edomites on the other side of that water go into captivity. And after them 1,000 years, including the elites of Esau, gonna be wiped out. Ain't gonna be no more. You gonna look around, pursuing the Job, you gonna look around and say, what are Edomite at? They ain't gonna be there. You know, go ahead.
God. 1 Thessalonians 4:16, it says, for the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with a voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first.
You got it out.
It says, so the dead in Yahweh Shai gonna rise first, because his brothers have been in this truth, right? They come in the truth. They ran their course. You know, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai brought them back to the spirit world. So them brothers right there gonna be in them chariots to meet us in the air when the Lord come to deliver us, man. And it says, then we that are alive and remain shall be called together with them in the clouds, right? So that lets you know that we're gonna be in the air, because it said in the clouds. The clouds are above this earth, right? So that's one of them hints that we're gonna be in chariots. That the Lord gotta put the spirit on you to discern that right there, because a lot of people don't believe we're gonna go up in the air. Yeah. They don't believe it. And it says,
hey, Esau put it in the movies, man. He know about the chariots, man.
Yeah.
He know about the chariots of Israel, man. He put it in the movies, man. They know that it's angels of the Heavenly Father in them chariots, man. They know.
Right.
You know?
then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord Yahweh Shai. Wherefore comfort one another with these words, man. And that's why we read these scriptures, man.
Right.
These are comforting, man, to know that we catching hell, man. It's gonna be a day if we just hold on.
Right.
And you know, if we part of that number, that we're gonna have our rest, man.
That's
As
right.
it says in Hebrews, I think that's the 4th chapter. About, you know, we gotta do this till we get our rest, man. You know?
All right, give me you done with that? Go to Job 20th chapter. You can start at 5 and read on down to like 9 somewhere.
Job 20 and 5. Let's see if I can cut out. Let's see.
Yeah, no, I ain't got no juice on. Thank you. No, I never did get the car back.
It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but is for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reaches up unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found.
See that? So after he get wiped out, them 1,000 years, after he served that captivity, and he get wiped out, that's what Jay gonna be saying. Where's Esau at? You see, he gonna be wiped out, man.
Miss my buddy.
He shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. Like Antiochus is trying to do. It says, his bones are full of sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust.
Yeah.
So
that's it on that. So you ain't gonna see Esau no more. He's gonna be wiped out, man. You know? Yeah, I was looking for something, but go ahead, what you got?
Do you want to go get us off camera and go?
Yeah.
God. And with that, man, all praises be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the GMS who rule well. Barakatham to all you Akim that's out there that's pushing this truth and all sincerity and the strength of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. You know, and with that, man, you know, Babal, death to America, death to 2/3, Kwame Yasha Allah, to all Israel of the elect, man. Shalom.
Okay.